I am Albert Fish, and I am going to do a Draw My Life. I was born in Washington, D.C., where my father was 80 years old and my mom was a hot, sexy MILF. I had one sister named Annie and two brothers, one named Edwin and the other named Walter. I was the youngest out of the four, and oh, look at me in my cool manger. My 85-year-old dad died when I was just a wee lad. My mother, no longer financially stable to support me, shipped me off to the orphanage. The teachers there were very abusive and would punish us by beating us. Eventually, I grew to love the pain. My mother got her job back and eventually took me back, and I was back with my family at just 10 years old. When I was but 15 years old, my family and I moved to New York City. I then began having these strange thoughts about young boys that I found very pleasurable. In 1910, I committed my first murder by stabbing a kid fatally with a knife and killed him. Blah! I then traveled from state to state, leaving a trail of 400 victims behind me. In 1928, a family had gotten close with and knew me as Mr. Howard, let me willingly take their daughter Grace to a children's party. Little did they know, there was no children's party. Instead of taking Grace to a children's party, I took her to my very own cottage, where she then asked me, "Where's the party?" And all I could think was, heh heh, and then killed her. Blah! Being the several years later, being the savage self I am, I sent a letter to Grace's parents explaining in gory detail about how I chopped her up and ate her. The parents were so devastated that they ended up calling the cops and had them investigate. Cry, cry, cry. The cops arrested, treasoned, and trialed me. I then was sent to jail where they found me guilty and sentenced me to the death penalty. Blah!